Hello guys, I wanted to show a few features in my game. Some of the features are fairly generic, you would expect in a lot of games, and some of the features are unique to my game, as far as I know. One thing I want to show first is I've been experimenting this little HUD change. Like, you can see your ammo on your normal HUD, but if you look down, you actually check the ammo. So on the left side you can see the current magazine, and on the right the top magazine, or max magazine size, and below you can see the ammo type you have right now. Now I want you to pay some attention to the weapons way. It's just overall feels nice and great. I still need to adjust create a system when you jump and fall down that it also reacts to that. But right now the overall feel is so good. If you run, you can see the weapon goes up like this and then returns. Right now I need to create more sway when you aim, because now it's just like this. Also, by the way, on the bottom left you can see some icons. If I'm aiming, you can see that you're aiming. If you're midair, you can see the cloud, and if you're running and so on, you can see a bunch of icons. By the way, another thing related to overall feel of the game is when you... I don't want that you are able to aim when you are midair, so now when I jump you can see I can't aim. But this typically has a problem when you are developing the game, because if you are going steep slopes like this, it briefly thinks you are midair because you're sliding down. But I actually found a nice workaround on that. I'm applying, when you're in the ground, I'm applying, I think at the moment, 50 velocity downwards all the time. So I'm actually touching the ground much better, as you would otherwise. Also, when you start running, you can see the field of view changes. When you aim, it also changes. It's all it works so well, because I have just one script handling the whole system. So it doesn't matter what situation you are in, if you are running and then start to aim, or whatever the case is, it all feels nice and smooth. Also, you can see I have a little bit of night and day cycle. You can see now it's night, the moon came out and the sun sort of went away. I'm not completely happy with the system, especially the lighting is a bit off. But one thing I really like in the environment, by the way, this is all procedural. I'm experimenting with bunkers and buildings in the environment that you might want to stay in and defend. But one thing you can see, the fog matches the sky color, so it's starting to go to day again. You can see that the skybox changes color, and I actually match the fog color with it. It creates this nice effect. It's all sort of looks smooth and nice. The clouds and stars might need a bit adjustment. Yeah, overall, everything in this game is still heavily work in progress and subject to change. So another system that you can see commonly in games these days is of course attachment systems. So you have a lot of attachments you'll be able to change in your weapon. And they of course adjust the recoil and the accuracy and so on in the game. So let's choose some stuff here. By the way, you can see the iron sights actually go down, and you can aim as you would expect, and the sound and the effect also change. I want those to be a feature in my game, so if you unequip... Oh, it's not currently that happy apparently when I unequip. Yeah, well, I took the suppressor off now. You can see the muzzle flashes sort of in your way, and not that nice. So that's another thing you can change when you... Let's for example take this flash arrow sort of looking thing. Now you can see the muzzle flash is sort of an X. It matches the shape, and it has a nice HDR looking colors in the crossfire itself. Another thing is I have another cam rendering some of the scopes, and you can actually tune them. This is something you can see in other games, but often it's very poorly optimized. There's still definitely some optimization for me to do with this, because when you have two cameras or more cameras in your game, there's so much more rendering you need to do, and rendering is so expensive. There's so many so complex calculations you need to do on your GPU to calculate what to draw on each pixel. Oh yeah, by the way, now you can see it's still a bit gray. I probably need to make it more brighter blue the color. But yeah, you can actually zoom, and it feels so good. Let's spawn in some zombies. If I shoot them, you can see the hit marker as you would expect, and the damage pop up, how much damage you deal. If you hit their head, you can see it's red. Also thought I would have critical hits that would be marked with the explanation mark, for example, in the damage pop up. Also, you can see the enemy's health in the eye color. So, for example, this one's dead, so it's completely red. Versus if you have no zombies there, all white. I'll spawn a few more zombies, actually a lot of zombies right now. I want to show the ragdolls. There's always so much fun. I'll put a few barricades here. You can die in my game right now. It was maybe difficult to see. I placed the mine, and when they walk into the mine, it's a ridiculously huge explosion right now, but just so much fun. And there's a limb system. You can like destroy all the limbs. Maybe I'll just fetch this. Even if they're dead, you can destroy the limbs. I just think it's so much fun to play around with. So for this one, probably an explosion destroyed his legs, so it's crawling right now. So I can just shoot it off, and yeah, another minor detail I've done to the zombies. I want to have like bullet holes, but right now you can see they're not bloody at all. And when you shoot them, they become a bit bloody, so that's another way of telling which zombies have been damaged and which are not. There's abilities in my game. There's two types of abilities, active and passive abilities. Right now I took these two active abilities. You can see the hotkeys get assigned automatically in the bottom right. Oh yeah, I don't think these actually work right now because I changed the pathfinding algorithm recently. I forgot to add those slowdowns correctly. But yeah, I have this lightning chain. It hits 5 zombies, deals 50 damage at the moment. And you can see them becoming like electrified. I have a lot of ideas for different debuffs I can apply to the enemies. Let's use some fire to see if I can kill those off. Yeah. One thing I don't think that many games necessarily have is nice little post-processing in the fire. Right now I'm not quite in the middle, so I'm not taking damage, but you can see the colors become like thermal stable in real life. Well, Terra went to the middle, took damage. Also when it fades off, you can see the effect and the post-processing and the lights smoothly fade away. I just think that looks so nice, it feels so nice. I also have this ability that shoots this healing flame. It also has the sort of same, but more green. There's still definitely some adjustments I want to do to these. Also those can, by the way, heal the zombies. So I want to have the trade-off. If you have like AoE heal, you need to consider how to use it well. So other features in my game is I could actually show briefly here. These are the variables for the gun right now. Most of the things done here are like more technical and effects and audio. You don't need to consider those that much. But like here you can see the equip time, unequip time. A lot of variables for recoils. There's actually a few different recoil systems I have. So what I call visual recoil is how the weapon shakes and looks when you shoot, and the auto recoil is how the camera goes up and down. So I could actually show it briefly. For example, if you jump and shoot, there's a lot of more recoil, and if you are stationary and you shoot, it's far more accurate. And all these things work as you would expect, all these multipliers. So if you like move and jump and shoot, you're very inaccurate. If you're moving and aiming, you're somewhat accurate. If you're standing still and shooting, you're the most accurate, and so on. Also, if you, I'll actually take the suppressor, sounds a bit nicer. And yeah, that's giving me error again. I need to fix that. So now I don't have any grips that will or attachments that would affect the recoil. So if I shoot, you can see it rises, and when you stop shooting, you return to the default position. So if you want to shoot, if you have a huge magazine, for example, maybe a gun that has a lot of recoil, you need to adjust with your mouse, and then it sort of goes back to the original spot where you aim. And attachments and maybe some abilities and so on will change those. Another thing I'm very proud of is the reload system, or like, if you listen and look at this animation closely, well, I don't have that many weapons right now that have synced the audio and animation nicely, but in most games like Call of Duty, you can see you have the normal animation, and then you have like perks, so you can like upgrade it. But it's usually just like 2 different values you can have, or like one way of upgrading it. In my system you have, let's see, here's the reload time, so now it's 2 seconds. If we put it to 1, you can see that the animation and the audio get adjusted correctly. Well, doesn't sound that good because you can't really slow down audio that well as you can animation or other things. But you can, let's maybe go even further. Let's put it to 4 seconds. So now you can really see and feel that the animation has synced up well. I'm so proud of that system, because that means you can have even slight adjustments to the reloading, and it will all look and sound correct, or at least somewhat correct and nice. Those are most of the features I wanted to show right now. So thank you for watching, I suppose.